In July 2012, the European Central Bank's then president Mario Draghi gave a speech that is now credited with saving the euro.
The ECB is ready to do whatever it takes to preserve the euro. And believe me, it will be enough.
Greece was in the middle of a debt crisis, and economic instability was spreading to other parts of the eurozone. The ECB, the central bank for the countries that have adopted the euro, had to act. 10 years later, the euro and the eurozone are still intact, but one core issue at the heart of the crisis still remains. In fact, it rears its head every time the region comes under economic pressure.
Will the EU fail? This is a question that echoes throughout the world, sparking debates and discussions among politicians, economists, and citizens alike. The European Union is not just any group of member states. It's a powerhouse of economic and political influence. With a staggering population of 448 million people, the EU stands as a true testament to the power of collaboration and unity. And let's not forget about its booming economy, which ranks as the third largest in the world. But with its complex web of intergovernmental institutions and member states, it has faced numerous challenges over the years, from economic crises to political disagreements. Yet despite these obstacles, the EU has persevered, evolving and adapting to meet the changing needs of its citizens. On the other hand, some still argue that the EU is on the brink of collapse, citing rising nationalism, economic disparities, and political polarization as evidence of the Union's impending doom. Others, however, see the EU as a beacon of hope, a model for international cooperation and unity in a world that is increasingly divided. But what are some of these challenges that make people speculate on a collapse? The European Union has seen its fair share of difficulties. There had been serious banking problems at Deutsche Bank AG, NYSEDB, Credit Suisse Group AG, NYSECS, and nearly every other large Italian financial institution. Greece had a debt crisis which had a negative impact on the economy. The European Union is undoubtedly a major player in the global economy, but as with any massive organization, it faces its fair share of challenges. One such challenge is the issue of free trade among its member states. While the concept of the free exchange of goods, services, labor, and currency is a cornerstone of the EU's economic framework, it can be a tricky proposition when the participating economies have significantly different statistics. While the EU's goal of creating a more equal society is admirable, some economists are skeptical about how sustainable this approach really is. After all, when you consider that the GDP per capita of the richest economy in the EU is 5 times higher than the poorest country, it's clear that there are significant disparities that need to be addressed. On the other hand, the EU's emphasis on income and wealth redistribution has helped to reduce poverty and promote social welfare across the continent. On the other side, some believe that this strategy may discourage entrepreneurship and hard labor, which would limit innovation and economic growth. The European Union has been a beacon of economic stability and cooperation for decades, but recent events have given some economists and policymakers cause for concern. Brexit, the debt crisis, and a general trend towards less economic cooperation have all contributed to a sense of uncertainty about the EU's future. Brexit in particular has been a major blow to the EU, with the UK's decision to leave the bloc creating significant economic and political upheaval. Many worry that other member states may follow suit, leading to a fragmentation of the EU and a return to the more fragmented economic system of the past. The debt crisis has also been a major challenge for the EU, with countries like Greece struggling to repay their debts and maintain economic stability. While the EU has taken steps to address this issue, there are concerns that it could spiral out of control and threaten the economic stability of the entire region. Against this backdrop of uncertainty, there is a growing sense that the EU needs to take bold steps to reassert its authority and ensure its long-term survival. By promoting greater economic cooperation and addressing the underlying issues that have led to these challenges, the EU can help create a more stable and prosperous future for all its citizens. The European Union and China are both economic powerhouses in their own right, but they face different challenges when it comes to maintaining their stability and cohesion. While China has a centralized government that can maintain tight control over the economy, the EU is a more complex entity with a greater degree of economic interdependence among its member states. Despite this, some experts argue that the EU is actually less likely to break up than China. However, the stakes are much higher if the EU were to fail. With such a vast and interconnected economy, any disruption to the EU would have far-reaching and potentially catastrophic consequences for the global economy. The European Union is a remarkable achievement, with member states coming together to promote peace, prosperity, and cooperation across the continent. But what are the main benefits of the EU, and why do they matter? First and foremost, the EU is a shining example of political cooperation. By working together to promote democracy, human rights, and the rule of law, the EU has helped to create a more stable and peaceful Europe. This is no small feat, given the continent's long and turbulent history. In addition to political cooperation, the EU has also created a vast free trade area, with member states able to trade goods and services with one another, without restrictions or tariffs. This has helped to boost economic growth and create jobs across the continent, as businesses are able to expand into new markets and take advantage of new opportunities. Another key benefit of the EU is the shared currency, the euro. This has made it easier for people and businesses to conduct transactions across borders, reducing the cost and complexity of international trade. It has also helped to promote greater economic integration among member states, creating a more level playing field and reducing disparities in wealth and income. Finally, the EU has made it easier for people to work and live in different countries across the continent. With the ability to move freely across borders, individuals can access job opportunities and build careers in different parts of Europe, enriching their lives and contributing to the economic and cultural vibrancy of the region. Taken together, these benefits are a testament to the power of cooperation and collaboration. By continuing to work together, the EU can help ensure a brighter future for all its citizens, one based on peace, prosperity, and shared opportunity. And how about the challenges they are faced with now? The COVID-19 pandemic has had far-reaching effects on nearly every aspect of life, and the European Union is no exception, as countries across the region struggled to contain the virus and mitigate its economic impacts. The delicate balance between centralized authority and national autonomy became a significant issue. The European Union has been at the forefront of global economic development for decades, thanks in large part to its ability to leverage the power of technology, manpower, and investment to support some of the world's most successful companies. From major multinational corporations to small startups and innovative tech firms, the EU has played a key role in promoting growth and innovation across a wide range of sectors. The pandemic disrupted production lines and supply chains, creating bottlenecks and shortages that rippled through the EU's interconnected economy. At the same time, restrictions on worker mobility and cross-border travel created additional challenges, making it difficult for businesses to adapt to changing market conditions and respond to shifting demand. One of the biggest challenges facing the European Union today is the rise of remote and cross-border work. With companies increasingly turning to talent from around the world, some member states are facing issues with brain drain as their most talented workers leave to pursue opportunities elsewhere. This brain drain can have a significant impact on these member states, as they lose valuable human capital and struggle to compete with other regions for investment and growth. Additionally, the burden of supporting these workers falls on the shoulders of other member states, which can create tensions and resentment within the EU. The European Union's shared currency, the euro, has been a hallmark of its economic integration, enabling businesses and individuals to operate seamlessly across borders and facilitating free trade among member states. However, the euro's benefits also come with significant risks, particularly for countries with high debt burdens. For the EU to sustain the advantages it provides to its member nations, it must address these issues. Greece is a prime example of the challenges that can arise when a country has limited control over its monetary policy. In the aftermath of the 2008 global financial crisis, Greece faced significant economic challenges, including high levels of debt and unemployment. However, because Greece shared the euro with other EU member states, it was unable to devalue its currency and pursue the monetary policies needed to address its economic challenges effectively. This inflexibility contributed to a prolonged period of economic instability in Greece as the country struggled to pay down its debts and maintain its social safety net. One of the main consequences of varying inflation rates is that it can be challenging for member states to benefit from the same interest rates. This creates a complex economic landscape where some countries may be able to access cheaper credit, while others struggle to secure the funds they need to invest in their economies. The situation is far from ideal, as it can contribute to economic disparities and weaken the EU's overall economic stability. Furthermore, it can also create tensions between member states as they struggle to find common ground on issues like monetary policy and interest rates. What can be done? To address these challenges, the EU must work to create more balanced and equitable inflation rates across member states. This will require coordinated efforts to promote economic growth and stability while also developing policies and strategies that support more effective monetary management and decision-making. According to the National Leaderboard score, the EU ranks an impressive 8 out of 10 for stability and confidence, a testament to the region's ability to weather economic storms and maintain a strong foundation for growth. However, the same scoreboard also highlights the region's struggles with economic growth, with a relatively low score of just 3 out of 10 over the past decade. The European Union has been at the forefront of global economic development for decades, thanks in large part to its ability to leverage the power of technology, manpower, and investment to support some of the world's most successful companies. From major multinational corporations to small startups and innovative tech firms, the EU has played a key role in promoting growth and innovation across a wide range of sectors. The EU is a major player in the world economy, and when it takes steps to improve its own market, the effects are felt far beyond its borders. So, will the EU fail? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the EU's fate will have far-reaching implications for the world as a whole. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comment section. Also like, share, and subscribe for more juicy content about the economy. Thanks for watching.